So, Anaz, thanks so much for jumping on the call today. We've had some good results recently for you, and yeah, specifically, what I wanted to ask you about today was what we were talking about the other day, which was this transition from free in-person trials to our process of going to basically phone sales of paid commitment up front. Can you just talk briefly on sort of what that transition has been for you guys?
Well, it's been more successful for one.
Sure. Okay.
And I suppose it's been less stressful on our systems. Like, it's been a bit more work for me personally, but when we had the 3-week trial, we had lots of leads coming in and lots of people coming through the door, which put a bit of extra stress on our coaches because we were having full classes with half of them being, completely new to CrossFit and all that. So it's taken all of that stress off my coaches as well. I'm able to convert them better. So having all those people come in, that it just wasn't working for us.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Yeah. The door was one thing, but converting them was another. So in that sense, the phone calls have been much more successful in terms of conversion rates.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm getting a type of person through my door when I get them to commit. They're needing help and they're wanting help, which is probably the biggest thing. Not the needing, but the wanting help. The phone calls enable me to learn what type of person they are before they come through the gym. And yeah, it just, you manage to get a different type of person in through the door, whereas with the 3-week trial, we were having all sorts of people come through the door, really just looking for freebies, which was fine. That's exactly what it was. But it's just a different type of person and much higher success rate.
Yeah, cool. So you're actually, of the people that you're actually having phone calls with, you're having, and I think from when we discussed last time, it was like 50% of them were just paying over the phone for their first month. Yeah, cool. And this is, and anyone watching this video, this is specifically these are all the extra leads that were coming in when we went to paid promotions, right? So that's what we're talking about here. It's the people coming in off paid promotions where instead of just letting them in the door, really screening them to the point of, are they serious about coming in, and having that discussion where they're actually putting, a financial commitment down before they actually come into the facility. Yeah. And I know this was not the first thing that we went to because we actually did the free trial. It's obviously where we got the perspective. So I know that some people looking at this will have those same sort of concerns of, well, what we're doing is working. So with the current people that are coming in organically. So can you just talk to that a bit, like what you would say now in hindsight to seeing why this works so well with when we're running promotions to people who are not just coming in the door off a referral, and why you think this has worked better?
Yeah, so when we enlisted your help, we were getting all right organic growth, but not enough. So what we were doing was a 3-week trial, and we'd get people through the door and we'd convert them most of the time. It's just we weren't getting enough people through the door. So when we started with you, and it was my suggestion with this 1-week trial, we got the people through the door, but it was not the type of people that make good members. And bless them.
It was just different. Yeah, because these are people just seeing the ads and they're like, oh, what's that? Okay, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, kind of looking for the quick fix. And so when we went to paid promotions, one, you're getting a more committed person once you do finally
paid promotions. You mean like you've got to pay to actually come in?
So the current promotion with the 28-day program is, I get them on a phone call, and if at the end I've decided that they're a good fit for us and they think we're a good fit for them, they actually end up paying over the phone. And that's the type of person, in the last just couple of weeks we've been doing that, is the one that's coming back through my door because they've already paid for it. And at a point like that, call's quite extensive. And you learn very quickly that they actually want your help. So not just needing your help, they actually want it, which is that's the type of person that you want, because they're going to keep coming through the door as well. Yeah, it's quite funny. Some people have gotten quite emotional on the phone with me too, because just all the prompting questions, they're like realizations, and they're like, I think I need this more than I thought.
Yeah,
say
that's
nothing pretty much. I'm just, I ask the same question, like when you look
yeah.
at it, break it down, you're asking the same question about 4 times. It's just in a different way, and each time they delve deeper and deeper into it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're triggering that emotional response from people that's what it's actually about, that's when you know you're doing it really, really well. Yeah. So, yeah, cool. All right.
I have one man almost cry on the phone.
Cool. Well, as long as it's helping him, then and that's what it's about, just getting that clarity, right? Yeah. And I think I know the answer to this, but for this video, you're not even offering a discount on your monthly rate. Is that right?
Not on the monthly rate.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the incentive that we're giving is that they get a nutrition guide with
Sure.
it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they get fundamentals. So normally our fundamentals will cost them a separate $150.
Okay. Yep.
So they get that. So pretty much what they do is they're paying for a month's membership upfront over the phone.
At the normal rate. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cool, which is really important, I think, because and I think we've discussed that, where making the price point of it the same as what happens from there to continue removes a lot of resistance for them to keep training after that, because, well, the perceived value is really already set at what it is. This is what it is, and they've already, in their head, that's all linked up now. So that's really cool. All right, did you? The other thing I wanted to talk about was I think you went through it. I know I sent it to you. The training in terms of how we suggest approaching those calls. Was that something that was it much of a departure, or was it just a little bit different to how you would have been making those phone calls before?
No, the training was definitely a really good guideline for me, because I'm one of those people that like to prepare before I do anything. So it was a good guideline to prepare me for those calls. I had your script all printed out, but in my own kind of words as well.
Yeah.
It was really good to be able to refer back to those, so I didn't get lost and get flustered. So the training definitely helped me keep the calls fluid and on point.
Cool. Okay. Well, thanks so much, Anaz. I mean, what would you say to somebody who's watching this video and they might have already chatted with us, or they're thinking about having a chat with us? What would you say to them about this whole process?
Listen to Matt from the start.
Not that I'm trying to get you to say that.
No, I learned a few harsh lessons through this process about myself and our systems,
Okay.
and that I'm paying you for a reason, because you know what you're doing.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Anaz. Yeah, and it's been great, so far as well, because you've actually gone in and done that work in the program, actually looked at that video of how those phone sales go, and as I mentioned the other day, I mean, that conversion rate, if you like, has been fantastic with those phone calls. So it's been good. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on the call, and we'll talk soon.
Okay. Thanks, Matt.